There are big things on the way in the next couple of weeks, whether you're a Game Pass Standard member, a PC passer, or if you've upgraded all the way to Ultimate. So let's just take a look at all the new titles that Game Pass has in store. We'll start with the Game Pass Standard crowd, who are being treated to a couple of tremendous titles on the 22nd. First off, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, which drops players into an unbelievably realistic open world that just so happens to be covered in deadly radiation, even deadlier mutants, and all sorts of abnormalities. And after all that grim stuff, a colourful, critter-filled adventure like Creatures of Ava might be just the thing for you. Game Pass now also makes the trains run on time, with Monster Train 2 arriving as a Day 1 edition as scheduled and available to play right now. And just like the original game, which is also available now on Game Pass Standard, Monster Train 2 has the player putting together a deck of angels, demons, all sorts of handy things like that, so that they can defend their train from waves of enemies. And there are a whole bunch of new cards in the shuffle this time around, plus 5 new clans to play as, and the ability to customize the train to your liking. I wonder if you can give it a gentle, smiling face like Thomas. Monster Train 2 also adds a variety of new modes, including the much requested Endless mode, where players can see how long they can survive against a never-ending horde of increasingly powerful bad guys. And from May 22nd, Game Pass Ultimate and PC members can enjoy Tales of Cana Zho thanks to EA Play. And this moving, narrative-driven adventure stars a young shaman on his quest to bring his father back to the world of the living. And the mystical realm that he'll be wandering through is beautiful, but also very dangerous, so you're going to need to learn how to wield a whole range of cosmic powers if you want to stay alive. Fortunately, those powers are all extremely dope. It's easy on the eyes and fun for your thumbs, but the real beauty of Tales of Cana Zho is the way that it hits you right in the heart with a story of life, loss, and grief that is guaranteed to leave you with some big feelings. And the gamingest guy in all of literature, Tom Clancy, is at it again with The Division 2. And this co-op action RPG has players teaming up to take back control of a city that has been ravaged by viruses, storms, floods, loads of other not very nice things. Rival factions are now also vying for control, so you're going to need to work together to get things back in hand. And you each get to choose your own specialization, like demolitionist, sharpshooter, or survivalist. And if you combine your skills just right, maybe Mr. Clancy will get to make a game called the No Division, because we're all working quite happily together. The Division 2 is going to arrive on May 27th, and it will be available to Game Pass Standard, Ultimate, and PC Game Pass members. Then to a T comes Day 1 to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass on the 28th of May, or at least it will if it can figure out how to get through the door. God, that is an awkward shape. From the weird and wonderful mind that gave us Katamari Damacy, this kooky narrative game stars a teenage boy who is stuck in a T-pose, which makes doing things like eating breakfast, petting dogs, and going through doors kinda difficult. Now you get the whole get through the door joke. Nice. It's difficult, but not impossible. Over the course of this episodic adventure, you'll do all of those things and more, as you get to know the locals, play all sorts of minigames, and steadily figure out where a simple T-shaped boy fits into this crazy world of ours. Okay, Powerwash Simulator fans, on the 29th of May, it is officially time for you to break bad. No more cleaning things up and making them shine. We're spray painters now, baby. Actually, Spray Paint Simulator doesn't have you playing as some vandalous youth. No, instead, you'll be starting your own legitimate spray painting business. Yeah, I've heard that before. And using your skills for the good of the town, restoring surfaces to their original state and generally making Spatterville a more colourful, beautiful place than somewhere called Spatterville has any right to be. Spatterville. Of course, you can also go buck wild and just blast bright orange paint everywhere thanks to free spray mode. And if you find yourself feeling a bit bad about the mess you've caused afterwards, then don't worry, Powerwash Simulator 2 is on the way later this year to help cleanse your conscience. You excited for that one? Hit the comments and let me know. Oh yeah, also on May 29th, we've got one of 2024's most acclaimed games coming to Game Pass Standard, Ultimate, and PC Game Pass. It's Metaphor Refantio. It's from the team behind the Persona series, so you know it's class, and this RPG features a lot of the same charms. Lush anime visuals, dynamic turn-based battles, and a social bond system that unlocks devastating new powers, except this time, high school drama is out and medieval fantasy is so in. So you might have to fight a dragon, but at least you won't have some geek yelling at you for falling asleep in history class. Again. It's boring, it happened in the past. I want to know about the future. Anyway, whether you're anxiously waiting for news of Persona 6 or you're just completely new to the world of Atlas games, Metaphor Refantio is a must-play for RPG fans. And for those in the first category, which Atlas game would you recommend that newbies start with? Let us know in the comments. Oh, it seems like people are just dying for games set in the afterlife, so it's pretty good that we've got another one coming to Game Pass Standard, PC and Ultimate on June 3rd, Crypt Custodian. This top-down Metroidvania stars an adorable little cat who just runs out of all 9 lives, bungles their post-death job interview, and ends up as one of the afterlife's janitors. So the only logical course of action, of course, is to pick up your broom and just start thwacking people on the head until the situation improves. Yeah, that'll do it. With its morbid humour and slick bullet hellish combat, Crypt Custodian is the sort of quirky indie title that Game Pass was made to help people discover. And did I mention that it stars an adorable cat? Yeah? Good. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, look, we all love a good scrap as much as any gamer. I mean, have you seen how much Doom the Dark Ages I've been playing lately? But sometimes it is nice to switch things up with something a little gentler, like the non-violent platformer Symphonia. And this peaceful, pacifist, extremely pleasant game takes players to a world that's powered by music. Or at least it was until all the musicians mysteriously disappeared. So to stop the place from descending into an endless, awkward silence, you're going to need to use your trusty violin and bow to fling yourself off on the adventure of a lifetime. Symphonia comes to Game Pass Standard, Ultimate and PC Game Pass on June 3rd, so it should keep the whole Game Pass community in perfect harmony. Oi, Mr. Clancy. Fancy another one? Class. Alright, well on June 10th we're going to tap him up once again for Rainbow Six Siege X. And this new version of the extremely popular tactical shooter features a collection of totally rebuilt maps with graphical and gameplay improvements, plus a slick new anti-cheat system to keep things fair and a new mode called Dual Front and loads of other cool stuff. And there's even more cool stuff on the way for Game Pass members who not only get access to the premium version of Rainbow Six Siege X on day 1, but you'll also get to enjoy a steady stream of new in-game content that's been designed to match up with the Blast R6 esports tournament series. Basically, what I'm saying is if you have a passion for kicking down doors, disarming bombs, doing all that other cool Rainbow Six stuff, you are going to have a very good summer. So there'll be loads more games to talk about as June rolls on, not to mention the Xbox Games Showcase, so make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell if you want to hear all about them first. Bye!